Going live.
We going live.
Going live. I need. You know. I still need the. Bro, the gods, bro.
The intro.
The
It's
intro
needed.
is lit. It is so lit.
You know.
Guys, what's up, guys? You guys are on TikTok. Come over to YouTube, man. Me and Justin Henry answering your questions, guaranteed to get your question answered on YouTube, 100% for show. The gods.
Yeah.
Daniel, what's good? Zach Moss, Zay Jones. I'm rocking with Zay Jones. That's easy money. What up? Is Henry going in on Thursday? Ooh.
The question everybody wants to know, him and the Jags, man, it's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens if they play it safe with injuries and wait till week 16 and treat that as a playoff game. I think the Titans at least do on a short week here with Derrick Henry. I don't see a reason for him to play on Thursday, but for me, Hassan Haskins might be a pickup, a worthy pickup this week with injuries in question for the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to save Derrick Henry, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm the Titans. You know, this is the playoffs. You're trying to win. Save him, bro. If it
This
doesn't
game
matter,
means absolutely nothing.
yeah. If games don't, especially for running backs, right? He's like the heart and soul of the offense. Everything runs around him. Like you have to save Derrick Henry. I know it's for fantasy. It sucks if you do have him for fantasy. I get it, but I mean, at the end of the day, we have to predict real football too. We can't just look at fantasy and facts and numbers and
Oh, just the numbers. You can't just look at the numbers, right?
wait.
Beep, beep, beep.
Cannot compute.
Numbers not computing.
Shout
Shout out to me in the Gods League for being in the championship. Shout out to myself.
Hey, you know what? Good, bro. This is what we said all year long. We said this. Look,
One of the gods.
championship runs through one of us. It runs through the gods. I won last year. Justin, it's time for you to take it home again. I mean, they thought they could. They thought, bro.
They thought. You know what? They thought. When I had.
Look, again, for the casual viewer that hasn't really paid attention to us, that's okay. Thanks for following along. How many injuries did you have in that league? Please tell me.
Bro, I mean, I had Keenan Allen out for 8 weeks. Mike Williams was out. Michael Thomas, I had to drop. I traded for Cooper Kupp. I gave up Christian Watson, A.J. Dillon, and David Njoku for Cooper Kupp. He didn't play for me. I traded for Jonathan Taylor. He went out. I had 3 quarterbacks in a super flex league where you have to start 2 quarterbacks. I had Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, and Kenny Pickett all go out for me the week before playoffs started. So I didn't have a quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I've had numerous. I started off,
and that's the difference between the average player and the gods, right?
Yeah.
How many? I mean, he just named off a whole team, and they all died. And he is in a championship, guys. Really,
still standing.
This is why you guys have to listen to us. This is why you guys have to follow us. This is why, hey, again, if you guys here on TikTok, come over to YouTube. You're gonna go with me, my boy Justin. We're gonna get all your questions answered. But this is the reason why you guys follow us. Is no matter what, all odds. Still standing, bro.
Still standing.
Standing. This is crazy, man.
You can make excuses or you can just keep rolling with the punches. You can say coulda, woulda, shoulda, or you can just find a way to win. And at the end of the day, fantasy football, it's about results. There's only one thing that matters, and that's the fucking championship. If you don't get the championship, it don't matter. So
absolutely.
You can have the best team and lose, or you can have the winning team and win. I'll take the wins.
Always get the win. Go for the win, especially in
and shout out to you if you had a good team and you did lose, or you were in your fantasy. You know what I mean? There's only one winner. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you're playing this game to win, but there's only one person who wins. If this is one of your first seasons playing fantasy, know that there's more years to come. If you're only playing in one league, I'd recommend playing in 3 or 4, especially if you're a good fantasy player. It happens, man. You can't win every league. Your goal is to try to stay green, but not everybody could be a god.
Not everybody could be a god. Exactly. Hey, I don't know. No, thank you for the roses, man. Appreciate you guys. Ben Anderson, thanks for the follow. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being the #1 viewer. I don't know. No. Let me answer your question real quick. Judy Evans, McLaurin, or more, pick one wide receiver. Well, you're still rocking with Evans. I still think he can bounce back. I'm definitely not picking Judy with. I don't know who's playing at quarterback there in
It's
Denver.
He'll still be Russ.
If you had to flip one, you could possibly say McLaurin, but I'm still rolling with Evans. Swift or Chubb at the flex? You're going Chubb. Okay, Chubb is too nice.
Yeah.
JSNIVI. Nobody has a better team than me right now. Well, then tell me what your team is.
Yeah, and don't be too cocky. There's weird shit that happens. Like last week, if you would have had Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Justin Herbert, like Josh Jacobs, there's a lot of stacked teams that lost last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you got to pray to the gods. You got to have good mojo. Don't be too cocky. Daniel, what's good? He said, "What's up, boys? Championship week time.
One more time.
Let's get this win. Hope all is well.
I'm in the finals, guys. Hey, good luck.
Hey, let's go. Let's get this bread.
Dotson, Stevenson, Cooper, Kirk. I'm stuck on this decision. Start 2. Let me know, boys. Thanks. Hey, yo. First of all, this is one thing. There's this thing in the fantasy and betting community where there's like this boys talk. They be like, "Let's go, boys." I ain't with that. I'm like, come on, bro. We here. We grown ass man. I ain't the boys. I'm the man, the gods. You can call us a lot of things. Big homie. Y'all can call us a lot of things. But the boys, we can be boys. But not boys. We ain't doing that shit here. That's them other channels. So with us,
we grown men out
here. We on our grown man shit. But I'm still Daniel, you've been rocking with us, so you still getting an answer though.
Yeah, you're gonna get an answer for sure.
Dotson, Stevenson, Cooper, Kirk. I'm stuck on this decision to start 2. I think at this point you got to go with Cooper and Stevenson. Those are the 2. Dotson has been it would be a very close option there, but I'm still rocking with the guys who got me there. Stevenson, Amari Cooper will play better. They're not in that winter solstice or whatever the hell the game that was there in Cleveland, that Cleveland game.
Yeah.
And then for the flex in the final, Swift versus Chicago, Brian Robinson versus the Browns, or McKinnon versus Denver. Dan, who you rocking with?
I'm rocking with McKinnon, bro. Like he's the safest option with really good upside too. So I think that Denver's in a I don't know what they're doing. This is a dumpster fire in Denver. Look what Cam Akers did against Denver. And so to me, now I don't think McKinnon's probably going to match the Cam Akers game, but he's still going to have a solid game.
That was his breakout game too, right, against Denver?
Yeah. So I mean, you could expect 15 points, and that's pretty good for what he is. McKinnon's an RB2 with unlimited upside. So I'm rocking with McKinnon.
I don't mind it, and McKinnon's in a good offense. I think Denver will be coming to play this week, though. Like all the changes that are going on there, Nathaniel Hackett finally out of there. Like I think Denver will come to play this week. And then Swift, I like Swift against one of the bottom tier teams in the league. I think they're the worst team against the run in the league. I like DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
Thanks, big homie. We rocking with that.
The big homie.
You already know, bro.
Guys, on TikTok, go over to YouTube. It's me and my boy Justin. We are live over on YouTube. We're answering all your questions guaranteed if you go over to YouTube and subscribe. I will answer a few. Ramondre Stevenson or Kenneth Walker. I'm still rocking with Kenneth Walker over Ramondre, but it's close. Again, I think Ramondre just had a bad game. It's a bad game for Ramondre. If you have Ramondre in most situations, you're starting in. Zonovan Knight or J.K. Dobbins, you're going with Dobbins over Zonovan Knight. Pacheco or Ramondre, going with Stevenson. Stevenson or Etienne. I do like Etienne a little bit more than Stevenson. That's where I have that. Let's see, Donta Foreman or Derrick Henry. You're obviously going Derrick Henry. It's not even a question. But again, we're just checking to see if he's benched. We don't know this for sure. We have no idea yet. It's not confirmed. So to me, you're rolling with Derrick Henry. And then last question over here on TikTok. Do you trust Tony Pollard this week? Look, here's the thing about Tony Pollard, okay? He's a zero RB, a perfect candidate if you went zero RB. But you knew the get down coming up. Like if Zeke wasn't hurt or if he got hurt, you knew Tony Pollard was going to get that RB1 numbers. Like top 12, that's locked in. We know the skill set. He catches the ball. He's super explosive. He's very efficient when he does touch the ball. But the thing is that he's still in a timeshare, guys. So you're still going to have problems. If you have Tony Pollard as your RB1, you are in trouble for that. Now, you have the upside. As an RB1, it's still hard. Like we want better talent at the RB
I
position.
think they talking about Pollard. He missed practice today, so there's a concern
Oh,
that
I
he
didn't see
could,
that.
he could miss, Thursday's game. So I think it's something you have to be paying attention to. This does normally set up as a game script for Tony Pollard, though, to have a good game against Tennessee. Games that are inferior opponents, that's normally where Tony Pollard shines. So you want to make sure he gets in at least a limited rep tomorrow. Otherwise, I would be concerned. The only thing is they'll run Zeke, but in a game that doesn't matter against the Titans, I can see him even bringing in the backup behind Tony Pollard. So to me, I would be very cautious with this Dallas Cowboys
Say it's
rushing
a
attack.
great thing that it is a Thursday night game because you get the first notification up. Is he playing?
Yeah,
So
facts.
to me, I think it's a good thing.
Good call. Guys, my receivers are DJ Moore, Pickens, and Palmer. Should I go after anyone in waivers? I streamed Goodwin last week, and Lucky won the semifinal with the 0. Yeah, he was a terrible option last week, and I'm sure, I talked a little bit about Goodwin. I thought he would be better than a 0. Let's just put it that way. I think you're okay with DJ Moore and Pickens. Not okay with Palmer. I'd find a different option with Palmer. Guys I'd be looking for are Jahan Dotson if you can. He's been electric, been performing at a very high level for the Washington Commanders team. I'd also be looking at guys like Isaiah Hodgins, somebody who's put in double-digit points in 4 out of his last 5 games. DJ Chark's another option going up against Chicago. They've been using him in the deep passing game. So there's options out there. I would look for definitely somebody over Palmer. Pickens, I'd be concerned about going against Baltimore. DJ Moore should be solid in a matchup against Tampa that they absolutely need to win for the division.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Let me know who is on waivers.
Good call.
And we'll give you the best option there.
D-
DK versus the Jets or Gallup. Thoughts on Kamara this week? Well, DK versus Jets. I know Sauce. I get it. I can't bench DK. It doesn't matter. You have to roll with it. If he sucks, he sucks. But again, we don't fade like it's kind of like Randy Moss versus Darrell Revis, right?
yes.
You just don't fade guys like that. Now I'm not saying that DK is Randy Moss, but I'm just saying that when they're superstars like DK is, you just don't fade
Those guys get up for those matchups. Like that's what they live for. They live for them one-on-ones, them dog matchups. It's like you want to show that you're the best. I'm with it.
Exactly. Thoughts on Kamara this week? Again, Kamara is still the same guy that he's always been. He's been a superstar. Had a really great game the other week. So to me, it's just you just roll with him. He is what he is. He was on the season. He's an RB2 with upside. That's just how you feel him.
Yeah, and I don't think you worry. He played in the weather. I know people are probably concerned that they'll limit his workload. I think he'll be all right. Appreciate it. Now, what do you think of this team? Fields, Ramondre, Kenneth Walker, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Evan Ingram, and Swift. That's what I'll use in the finals. Yeah. To me, all things considered, that's probably an elite team all season long that probably had you as a top 3 seed at least with that setup. So you got some good floor plays, good upside plays there. Your tight end is solid. Quarterback has the upside you want to see. In theory, this is a good team. Now, if you go through each matchup, I'm sure we could poke some holes in this lineup. But to me, this looks like a solid floor ceiling type of play. I like the lineup, and good luck to you in your finals, bro.
Yeah, good luck.
Elliott or Pacheco, especially if Pollard doesn't play now. What do you think about this one, Dan? I know you talked a little bit about Pollard, but I guess I'll talk about Pollard. I'll let you go on Pacheco. For Pollard and Elliott, I think even if Pollard doesn't play, if this game gets to be a blowout, they'll bring in a backup behind Elliott. I'm not even sure who the third string is. It Tolbert? Who's the third string running back for the Cowboys right now? I honestly don't even know. I think it's Jalen Tolbert. I think he's a receiver. Who is it? I honestly don't even know who it is. Who is it?
I'm going to look it up.
All right. But they might bring in a backup earlier than normal. We should know that. Both of us should know that. That's bad on our part. But
Malik Davis.
Who?
Malik
Davis? Yeah. Sorry. I've heard the name before, but I don't really know his skill set, to be honest. I've only looked at Elliott and Pollard. But Elliott, to me, is probably going to get a little bit of workload there in the first half. And if it gets to be a blowout, I could see him using, they could hand it off at some point. I would still start Elliott in that role. He's a likelihood to score. He has a high likelihood to score.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. The thing about Zeke is that he could just get a touchdown, and then that wipes off 60 yards of Pacheco, who really just—that's
what he is.
Not really. Yeah, he's going to get you 60 yards, and maybe a breakaway run here and there, but he's got to score outside of the red zone. Okay, over to TikTok, guys. If you guys are here, go to YouTube. I'm telling you, me, Justin. And we are answering all of the questions on YouTube. So thank you guys for following along. Subscribe. Bedrock, Pollard or Walker as the flex. I'm going to rock with Walker over Pollard this week. If you're in a flex position, can only start 3. Tone. I can only start 3. Dillon, Knight, Pollard, Moss, Singletary. Okay, so all of that is tough. Hopefully Pollard can play. So you would start Pollard. I'd probably rock with Singletary, and then God, it's tough. I'd probably say Dillon. I just don't like Moss. I don't like Knight. They're giving you kind of no upside there. So that's kind of where I'd rank that one. Would you rather play Fields or Goff? Now, Goff had a really great game last week, but I think Fields is still the start. Maynard, thanks for the follow. And G Gem, thanks for the rose. Appreciate you. Rhino, 12, ETN, DJ Chark, or Pickens. You're rolling ETN. That's pretty easy. So Jim, he says you should see the lineup I got right now. I don't know how I made the finals. Hey, and that's the same thing as Justin. Get like everybody injured. How you make the finals still made it happen. Show us the rankings. We need to know. And then third, last one for me on TikTok, we got Swift or Robinson for the RB2 for the championship game. I'm still rolling Swift. Give me the upside. They're both similar to me. Robinson, Swift. I'm gonna put faith
Swift,
out there.
Yeah.
Gotta go with Swift.
Yeah, Swift's the upside play. And you know what's funny, man, is I think this is something that you and I need to dial in probably in the offseason, is that there's only so much a great drafted team can do for you, right? A good drafted team is the setup and the foundation for the rest of your fantasy year. But because so many things happen to good teams, to bad fantasy teams, players miss 6 to 8 weeks. Some players miss the whole season. Some miss 2 to 3 in stretches during bye weeks. The draft is the foundation, but in-season management is how you win your league. Picking up the right players, making the right trades. To me, to win a championship now, an actual championship, that skill set is much more valuable than picking the right players and having a projected good team to start the year.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say that the draft can get you to the playoffs. In-season get you to the ship. That's just how I look at it, and you could set yourself up. I'll just say this. I'm very good at drafting, but my weakness, and I can always work on my stuff. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the perfect fantasy player. I'm a god either way. But it's those in-season moves. It's those, hey, if something comes to me and it looks right, I need to make an attack mode. I need to attack. So these are the things that you're very good at. So if we combine our skills, that's why you get the guy that can draft and understand value where it's at, and then you got the guy that's a master of his craft of buying low, selling high, and making those in-season moves. So it's this is why you guys follow the channel.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard. It's not that hard to see why most of you guys that have followed us all year long, if you're not guaranteed, most of you, if not all of you guys, are in the playoffs.
Yeah, at least doing well in your leagues. And you know what? I think worst case scenario, if you're rocking with us, is that you learned a lot about fantasy, right? You're in a competitive league. You had some things happen. You knew how to get there. The template is there how to get there. It's just about the execution. So hopefully you're in a lot of leagues. You gave yourself multiple reasons to win, like 3 to 4 leagues. That's about the ideal spot. I'd say much more than that, it starts to get a little bit more hectic, a little more time consuming. But if you can at least manage, I would say like 3 leagues is probably ideal to see where your talent level is. If you have one league and you get 8th place or you get 7th and miss the playoffs, that ain't really a good valuation of where you're at. But if you have 3 and all of them you're in the bottom half, you are the problem. So a couple questions here. Surprisingly, with the team that went 6th and started 3-7, ended 7-7, now in finals. My QB's hurt, but he got injured. He was talking about that team earlier. So you had some injuries with the Keenan Allen. Kenneth Walker came on a little later. So Justin Fields was out. You made it. Luckily, number 1 team in my league that had all green matchups in the finals lost last week. So now I have a week. See, this is the thing, man. Any given week in the playoffs,
right?
Got to find a way to win. Here's the matchup for the championship: Mahomes, ETN, Stevenson, Diggs, Metcalf, Ingram, and Elliott versus Burrow, McKinnon, Jeff Wilson, Godwin, Amon-Ra, Higbee, Jettas. Now, I could say one of these teams are better than the other, but either one of these teams is winnable. Has a shot.
Either one is winnable. So good luck to you. Good luck.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. Your best trade was Lazard, Patterson, DJ Moore for Stevenson, Connor, Walker early in the season. Yeah, you traded the. You know what? This is the perfect example of that, Dan. You traded Lazard, Patterson, DJ Moore, guys that were like names are playing well, yes. And then got some guys that performed later on in the season, bought low. This is the perfect example of that. So it is, in-season management is super important, and it's tough sometimes to let go of those names. But like sometimes you gotta let go of players, bro. The upside, like a Gabe Davis had to go early.
Any player can go, bro. That's how I look at it, man. I don't care what the name is. Any player
Facts.
can go. You don't have to make it happen.
Facts. Thanks, man. Last question for the first 2 rounds of playoffs. I was playing Jared Goff since Lamar was out. If Lamar plays this week, do I play him or Goff?
Oh, I'm playing Lamar.
Are you?
Lamar is one of my favorite players in the league. I don't care. I'll go down with the ship. Like, give me Lamar. I don't care, man.
I love Lamar, but I think I will go Goff in this one just because they're actually playing for something. Like the Ravens have already locked in their playoff spot. And to me, like, I just don't see Lamar going out there with no receivers. Like, he hasn't been running as much either. I like, you know me, I love Lamar. Like, he's one of my guys. But I think the risk of re-injury, the risk of the Ravens, like, not playing their guys this week.
Yeah.
Normally,
why would he play? You know, if they're already locked in, there's no reason to even have him on the field. So,
yeah.
But if he's playing, it's hard for me to say no.
It's hard. It's hard, bro. Check with us on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll have a better answer for you.
We might count it over. Okay, so he said, I don't know how I made the lineup. This is my team. Had to trade Jamar Chase, Swift, Russ, and I got Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Burrow. That's a pretty good deal before Jamar was hurt. Let's see. Traded Aaron Jones, Terry for Allen and JT, then traded Lockett for Damian Harris, and you got the rest. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, you got lucky, actually.
Hey, either way, you're there.
You're there. It doesn't matter how you got there. You're there.
It really doesn't matter. Y'all think the Cowboys cover -10 and go over 40 versus the Titans?
I'd probably stay away from me. With all the injuries, probably stay away. I think the Cowboys should cover that, but I would stay away.
We think he should cover, but stay away. Stay away from that trap game. I got Herbert for the championship. Do I look for another quarterback? No.
Rock with Herbert.
Just rock with Herbert on that one.
It sucks. Herbert hasn't thrown a touchdown in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Like with Allen and Mike Will back too. Like he looks better. The thing is, he looks better on the field. It just hasn't equated to fantasy points. They've been using Austin Eckler in the red zone, so a little concerning for me not seeing him throw the touchdown passes. But shit, I'm like, I still rock with him. At the end of the day, I trust it.
I mean, they don't care. They don't.
Hey, and think about it like this: if you have Herbert in a championship week, you rocked with him with no touchdowns and got there. What do you have to lose?
Right.
What do you have to lose?
When he throws the touchdowns.
What happens exactly? What happens when you get 25-point Herbert? So I'd keep rocking with him.
Exactly.
They play the Rams this week too, so it should be a decent matchup for him.
I'm worried about the matchup though. I'm against Mahomes, Tyler Algier, AK, DK, Jettas, Njoku, and Juju. Though I think it's way too close. Yeah. Well, again,
that's a good squad.
If they're in the championship, chances are they're probably a good team. Right?
Yes.
Like, you're both good, okay? But at the end of the day, there's only one winner, and, you just pray to the gods, homie.
Pray to the gods.
We will see what happens. Yeah, Eddie, so he said, no shit, I'm just going to rock with you. Gave us the follow. Eddie Torres, thank you, man.
Appreciate you, Eddie.
Of course, you rock with Herbert either way. It is what it is. Watch what happens when he scores. And I bet you he's probably going to score.
I think he scores this week too. Look, and in the fantasy league, bro, like obviously there's, the question I'm glad we're not getting today is like a bunch of waiver wire questions. It's like I feel like at this point you know who your starters are. I'm gonna go low key. I'm gonna go berserk in free agents though. I kind of got my little strategy I'm about to today because the one thing that I do differently than most is in the playoffs. If I feel like I'm not gonna start you, you're gone. Legit gone from my roster. And I got like 5 guys on my bench right now that I'm going to, they're headed to waivers. There's no way in hell I'd start them. There's other players that could go on my opponent's team though, that I am going to be spending on, that I am going to be trying to use to play a little bit of defense. So a lot more strategy goes in this game than people realize. But
do you ever see situations? So speaking of this, that's a solid strategy, but do you ever see situations like where you'll drop a player just because you think or that your opponent is going to pick them up and start them, but it's a good drop, so that way you kind of get that double win?
I did that last week. Prabat had he needed receivers, and it actually didn't. It actually worked out in my favor that he didn't pick him up. I dropped Michael Gallup. And so I knew he needed a receiver. Goodwin was out there. Marquise Goodwin was out there. And I was like, let me just drop Gallup and see if he picks up one of these guys. And Gallup actually caught a touchdown, had 4 catches, but it was against Philly. So I was thinking, okay, against Philly, his upside is limited. I wasn't really sure. Like, if he went and started and got 15 points, I was like, I ain't going to be mad.
Right.
But I do that sometimes. I set little traps, little baits.
Yeah, little baits. Like, you got to, it's a mind game. It's a mind game in those championship weeks.
Yeah. Or like, I dropped Baker Mayfield the day before he had the day before he came back. I dropped Baker Mayfield not because I couldn't have used him, because I obviously could have used him that week. But I dropped him because I knew if he played well, somebody would have to spend their fab money to go get him. And guess what? I had the most fab money. I wanted to make sure in the playoffs, if I play like this is the kind of shit people don't talk about.
Next level shit, bro.
Yes, like strategy shit. Like I legit dropped him because I knew, okay, in quarterbacks, all of our quarterbacks have been going for $20+ dollars.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
And so somebody spent fab. Fab was the person who bought Baker Mayfield, spent 20+ on him, and guess what? Now I have enough to cover 4 players. I can pick up 4 players this week against Fab.
Yeah.
Fave, yes. Levels.
Yes.
Levels, bro.
Plays checkers. It's crazy to me. Took the Bengals +1. I hardly ever not take the Bills in my parlays. It's a 50-50 game. Hey man, good luck to you. The Bills have got to win. We need to stay ahead.
Oh, that'd be a good game too.
Well, man, it's going to be all the implications, right? Like, I have Allen in a couple leagues. I have T. Higgins in a couple leagues.
Oh yeah,
like Jamar Chase in a couple leagues. Like, everything rides on Monday night, and it's great. I'm glad that this game is Monday night and not Sunday night. Like, it should be a Monday night game, so yeah. I'm excited.
It's nice to sit back and know that we in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And defense is looking good. Brock Purdy's hey. Niners Bills Super Bowl though.
I'm ready.
We going?
We're going.
We going, bro. We'll be on site. Getting to the game, I don't know, but we'll be on site. If that happens,
we will be in town.
It's in Vegas, right?
On God, yeah.
It's in Vegas. Yeah, we there.
Yeah, we there.
We there, bro.
Go Bills Mafia. That's right. Good
Hell no. Nah.
Is Josh Allen going to take us to the Super Bowl or what? Hey, man, that's the goal.
Oh, my God. Our page is going to be filled with Bills fans now.
We'll see. Another Go Bills. Yes, sir.
Nah.
Go Bills.
Send that Niner love.
What?
Tell them to send the Niner love.
God damn. Hey, who's in here that likes the Niners? Yeah, I need some Niner love too, okay?
That's Niners, man.
Look, we can love each other until we play. And
then until we play and it's over. Nah, we gonna whoop.
The Niners are good, man. They are dangerous. They are the one team you do not want to play, especially in the NFC. You do not want to play these guys. I mean, they just smash mouth, old school, and that defense is rocking. I cannot wait. I really want the Niners to beat the Eagles. Keep it real. I just want the Eagles gone.
I think we will beat the Eagles. I think if we played them right now, we beat the Eagles. There's the only team I'm concerned about in the NFC. The Eagles are good. Let me say that. I am genuinely concerned about the Dallas Cowboys though, because I feel like if they ever get hot, with Micah Parsons. If they get hot, that's a team that can score and play defense. And it's not like the Eagles. They have all the pressure on them because they're the 1 seed. Like, they have to win. They're at home. Right. They feel the pressure. I feel like the Cowboys don't really have that pressure on them like any other team. So.
They don't. And look who joined the YouTube. I remember when the Falcons beat the Niners.
Oh, my God. Remember when the Niners beat the Falcons in the NFC Championship, though? At the goal line? I know you remember that, TJ. What's good, dog? What you doing? Hang out with us.
I haven't talked to this man in a long time.
Hang out with us, man.
Man, yeah. Dude,
if you want the invite, drop it in the chat. We'll open it up for a little. We got a little bit of time, 15 minutes here. So you trying to hang out with us.
Let's go. So Kirk versus Green Bay, Brady versus Carolina. I think you got to roll with Christian Kirk, man. Yeah. I think he's rocking all year long. Go with Christian Kirk. Got the chains on. You like that? Go get Christian Kirk. Are we thinking a big game for Chase and Mixon against the Bills? I'm hoping it's high scoring. I think so. I think you're going to have a good game. It's going to be hard for us to stop Chase for sure. And the Bills are terrible against the run. So
Tre'Davious is back though.
That's true.
He's been shutting motherfuckers down.
It still is Jamar Chase, man.
It is
Jamar Chase for sure.
It is.
Bowman paid that ref or something? No.
I wish you'd have paid that ref the next year when he broke his fucking leg on the goal line.
God, I know. That's
God, bro, that
Niners
whole
Eagles would go crazy. Yes, they would. It would go crazy. Guys on TikTok, man, what's up? Start to Swift, Monty, Walker, Watson. I'm going with Monty and Walker, and this one gives you all of the floor with some upside there. Pollard, Swift, Jamal Williams, or Kenneth Walker. Um, I'm probably going to start Kenneth Walker out of those ones. Um, but again, all of those guys don't really have huge upside. I'm probably know what you're going to say, but what's your thoughts on the Vikings? Well, thoughts on the Vikings are, hey, they're a solid team. Solid team. Credits to them. They have been clutch.
yes, they're 11-0 in one
Clutch.
score
And
games.
you know what's crazy is like I feel like the last couple of years they've been on the wrong side of clutch, right? Like I feel like they've lost like 1-pointer games or something crazy like that, or maybe I'm thinking of a different team, but I swear, I mean, they are clutch. They just things have
That's a
gone
scary
wrong.
team too,
It's
because
very
and
scary.
I was talking about this earlier. Like it's tough because that team, the defense is ass. They're not a good team, but when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson, who you don't like, he's a wild card. And as much as he needs to be considered in this MVP race because he's made the number of clutch catches and second half performances that guy has. They are a scary out because no matter what, they have a chance with him in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a game changer. There's no way you could stop the dude. Like he's just
Like it's unreal, bro.
unguardable. Um, let's see here. Let's see. RBs. You got Foreman, Swift, Mixon, Robinson. I think you definitely play Mixon. In that
Mixon Swift,
one.
yeah.
I'm probably going to go with Swift. Yeah, exactly. Movie and TV sports. What's good? Are you scared to start any Jags player this week?
Slightly.
Slightly, I guess. Yeah, it's
You
going
just
to be
got to. The thing is, hopefully, you have an update before Sunday's game, and even if still, it's like they'll normally those guys like Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, those guys kind of give you a little inclination, like, hey, the Jaguars guys are only expected to play 40% of snaps today. Like, hopefully, we get some kind of information before Sunday that'll let us know like a little bit of something. Like, I have a strong feeling they won't see the second half of that game though.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. We don't speak about the 2016 conference playoff.
Who's that Niner fan?
We're talking about the Vikings.
Diggs,
Diggs.
Diggs,
Diggs. That dude.
Diggs.
TJ says Deontay versus Baltimore. Amari versus Washington. D Hop against Atlanta. Well, we know this. If Colt McCoy is playing, or who's the second string? Colt McCoy. You're playing D Hop, bro. It's just not even.
I play Amari.
Me, but I'm probably gonna go with Deontay. Man, Pickett looked okay enough.
Yeah.
So I would roll Deontay over D Hop if Colt McCoy is not playing.
Amari's been getting force fed though. I like, even though they played in the snow last week, I feel like he's just getting force fed by Deshaun. So McSorley, especially McSorley starting, I definitely can't go D Hop. Colt's good enough though to get D Hop the rock, but I'll go Amari.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Celtics Bucks series. Celtics Bucks. Hey, that'd be dope in the East, bro. Celtics Bucks in the East would be a dope story. Giannis versus a up and coming Tatum, bro.
Yeah,
let's get it.
I'm down. Let's go. O'Connell's done some great things for Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, again, we like to see when these new teams arise. Like like Minnesota has been getting killed ever since Favre was there, and it's just not good, right? He came so close to Minnesota, and then I'd like to see a Minnesota Bills Super Bowl. That would be crazy too. The battle of the 0-4s, so that one person guarantees to get a ship, man.
Somebody's got to win. Connor versus Dan.
Connor versus Dan.
No, but Dan got to win though. Dan's won.
Dan's won. I won when it mattered,
Facts.
The playoffs, who cares? And he still lost the next week.
Damn.
Sorry, Connor. Bud.
Self-proclaimed best team, man. Self-proclaimed.
No one has ever made the playoffs in the same year they had the first pick. Jags could be the first.
They will.
I absolutely love that. That's pretty cool. I am definitely rooting for the Jags. Selfish of me, but they're going to get their ass kicked against the Bills. They play in round 2. So, but yeah, selfishly, I like I said, I love to see new teams get in it. We want to see the Jaguars. We want to see the Browns. We want to see the Jets and the Lions. Like, we want to see those teams get better. Like, we just want to. I just want to see it.
Jags and Panthers have outside chances of winning the division and getting into the playoffs. We would have not 4 weeks ago. We weren't talking like that.
I would have thought those teams would have been bottom feeders, bro. Like not even close. And I can't.
I mean, Carolina fired their head coach, traded their best player in the middle of the season, traded away their top receiver, one of their top receivers, I say, over the last couple of years, in Robbie Anderson. Basically said, "Hey, we're done with this season," and yet and still they're going to be playing this Sunday for the division.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
It's wild. What's your favorite defensive nickname in the NFL ever? No Fly Zone, Legion of Boom.
The Niners need one.
Man, I mean, they're all shoot, dude. I just love defense in general.
Steel Curtain's got to be the best.
Steel Curtain's up there. I mean, that's
Purple People Eaters. That's a dope one too.
That's a good one. If you were a GM, who would you take, Fields or T-Law? Okay,
T-Law.
so
no question.
For me, it was always Trevor Lawrence. I still ranked him number one, but I was one out there saying Fields is still my QB2. Seems to be right so far. We'll see what happens moving forward. We still got Trey Lance to get healthy.
He's coming back. He's coming back, baby. Watch next year, bro.
Purdy's giving up that job.
Purdy's been playing well, but we have to see him limitation-wise. It's the same thing with Jimmy. He got us there to the Super Bowl, but there's limitations. Brock Purdy has not been put in a position yet where we have to see, can he work through limitations? So while I do love Brock Purdy and everything that's come along with him this season, there's going to come a drive, a play that will define Brock Purdy's tenure in San Francisco.
God, Trey Lance, the next Zach Wilson.
Bro, get off the stream talking that shit, bro.
You're out.
Get off the stream talking that shit. Zach Wilson, man. Sad story to see him. But Trey, I feel like Trey, at least, you got to give him some time. But Zach, bro, he just got to get a new start. And I feel like we are so quick in this era to give up on players. Remember all the shit people were talking about Josh Allen after a year or two? There's a lot of hate that just goes so quickly with these guys in their careers. You got to give them time, bro.
Yeah. The thing about especially quarterbacks, you have to give them a good 3 to 4 years, almost the length of their rookie contract, right?
Yes.
So, there's a reason why first rounders get that 5th year option. Look, 4 years, right? 4 years. The quarterback position is the hardest position to play in sports. Let's just keep it real. It's very difficult to be a great quarterback and sustain greatness for a long time. We've seen Russell Wilson just fall off a cliff where he was putting up great.
You think he'll be back?
Elite efficiency, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Next year, not come back to the team. You think he can rebound as a decent quarterback next year? Or you think he's done?
Well, first of all, the Denver Broncos are hoping because they can't get out of that contract, man.
Yeah.
But I think yes, I think there's something going on with Russell, mentally, maybe off the field, that he just needs a refresh. You might have to trade a couple guys in the offseason that are maybe not on board with Russell Wilson. I think I saw the other day, Cortland Sutton banging his hands or so. I don't know if that's just the one play or if it's the entirety of how some Denver Broncos feel about Russ. I don't know. But, you gotta do something, switch up the mojo, the chemistry, the energy in there that you may have to, work around. So, it's going to be tough. The Denver Broncos traded a lot of picks away. I mean, the Seahawks got the 3rd overall pick right now. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Probably get a top quarterback, right? A top tier quarterback, slide him under Geno, let him work. And then the Seahawks are back. The Seahawks will be back if they get a solid QB with that 3rd overall pick.
Do they need a QB?
Well,
Geno might be him.
No, sir. I can't do it now.
Nah.
Geno is great in what he brought to this season.
Good bridge quarterback.
I mean, great. Yeah, bridge quarterback. His story is crazy. I can't wait to see if they do a 30-30 on him. But no, he's not a franchise QB. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm a Bears fan, so I'm always rocking with Fields before Lance. Fair enough. Okay, guys. We're probably going to wrap this up real quick. I'm going to answer a few on TikTok, man. Thank you guys for hopping along. Giants-Bills Super Bowl Battle of New York. That would be crazy. Not going to happen, but it would be crazy enough. If the Bears can give Justin a good receiver, he can go off. Yeah, I think for sure Justin Fields needs a good receiver. Lamar Jackson needs an alpha wide receiver one. And just so happens that in this class, you're going to get those. We will talk about rookie wide receivers incoming for Dynasty in the offseason, but can't wait to talk about that. But yes, get those guys some talent. If you have to trade for some talent, that might happen. Let's see. Trey Lance is going to ball next year. Yes, sir.
Yes, he is.
See
Yes,
that?
he is.
Olave, Sutton, or Terry, wide receiver two. I don't think Olave's playing still.
Olave is out.
He's still out. Yeah, so go with Terry McLaurin there. TB21, thanks for the follow. I don't want to give you PSD since you're a Bills fan. But what's your thoughts on the catch?
Ooh.
Hey, I don't know, man. What do you want me to say about the catch, bro? Like, all I want is the Bills to win. I don't care how it's done. I don't care what kind of calls we need. I don't care if the refs are on our side. I have to pay the refs, bro. I want to win. Give me a win.
The Bills are the favorites right now.
Yeah,
they're the early front runners.
In the AFC, they're the favorites for sure.
The front runners to win.
We'll see. Yeah, and I hate being the front runner. Like
it
hurts. Well, I want to be the underdog, but I want to be the underdog in the number one seed. Like I want everybody to keep talking about the Chiefs. Keep saying the Chiefs are the best. Keep saying the Chiefs are the best, so we can get all this pressure off of the Bills.
Oh, you fading Mahomes?
Man, fucking Mahomes, bro. I'm telling you.
You fading Mahomes?
Never. I never faded Mahomes. Never.
What if it's against the Bills?
Once it's the Bills, then he gets 0 yards, 0 completions, and 10 interceptions. That's what
championship advice. This is championship week. A lot of people are probably panicking and worried about their teams right now. Dan, what's the championship advice for this week? Because there's a lot of people that don't know, the start-sit decisions. They're gonna panic. They're gonna do a lot of things out of body and try to do whatever they can to win their finals. Man, what's the advice you got for anybody playing in championships this week?
Well, for me, biggest advice as far as championship, moves and stuff like that is you're playing your top tier guys. Like anybody that's considered in the top 10 at their position, you're gonna play them. To me, there's no. I'm not overthinking guys like that. I'm not overthinking, Josh Allen versus the Bengals. I'm not thinking Jamar Chase or against Tre'Davious White. Like
Herbert Fields.
Yeah, you're just playing those guys. Now, once we get into kind of lower tier players, that's when you can kind of maybe adjust for the matchup. You're gonna have to do a lot of research and see about, is this team going to be 40%? Are they going to quit in the first half? Are they going to bench their guy? Like, you're going to have to be caught up on all that. And then, like Justin was saying earlier, if you guys are listening, you want to take a look at the waivers. You want to take a look at, maybe dropping players early in the week, like now, like drop players tonight, and see if they're like a Baker Mayfield, like something where they may get picked up, but you're not going to start them just so that they waste some money for later on. So there's a lot of strategies, but ultimately, at the end of the day, have fun. You made it to the championship. You're already locked in for second place money. That's guaranteed. So at the end of the day, you got nothing to lose because you're already there and you're already going to win. And you follow the gods, so you're going to win anyway. So don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, just make sure this week, man, it's don't overcomplicate things. Don't, there's going to be players out there. You're going to hear a lot of people talking about players. Should I do this? Like, especially defenses, you're going to chase defenses. Which one play, who's going to score? At the end of the day, remember, this entire season, you're in first place or in second place or in the championship for a reason. So trust your gut. Don't do nothing stupid. Go with the guys, and if you got a last-minute decision, be here on Sunday so we can help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick questions, and then we're going to wrap it up on YouTube. What are your top 5 receivers? No bias. Okay, no bias. That's fine.
Oh, top 5 receivers. We haven't
top
done
5 receivers to me. It's still Justin Jefferson. I think that's locked in automatic. I think Tyreek Hill has proven that he's still solid, even going to a different team. Cooper Kupp, I'm still going to rank that high. If you're going to give me top 5 today, like fully healthy, I love Cooper Kupp. Great guy there. I think you got to go with probably Adams and then I'm saying Diggs over Chase. Give me Diggs.
I think I'm on board, man. Number 1, I think you got to throw Cooper Kupp in there. I get Devontae Adams. Excuse me. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league. Number 2, I give Cooper Kupp. I give him his props. Jefferson's right there. Him and Jefferson are interchangeable in my opinion. What Jefferson's done this year, probably I put him over Cooper Kupp. So Jefferson, then Cooper Kupp. Number 4, excuse me. I'm gonna put DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think he gets enough love. DeAndre Hopkins in there with the good QB is top 5 in the game. And then my 5th is Tyreek Hill. I think receiver-wise, he's not the greatest receiver. He just has the athleticism and the speed that takes him over the top. So give me Tyreek Hill. Diggs is there. I feel like Diggs is just a little bit more stoppable. Jamar Chase, I feel like you can game plan for Jamar Chase. CD is catching up very quickly in this conversation. Mike Evans is up there. Keenan's up there. There's some dogs, but that's mine. That's mine.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say just top 5. Like there are a lot of there are really like 10, 15 guys that are like that are
elite.
Like elite. And if they were in better situations, they might put up better numbers, you know.
Yeah.
So to me, like it's pretty crazy.
The players probably hate Cooper Kupp because of the system. They probably hate Cooper Kupp, but I think Cooper Kupp's legit, bro.
I think he's very good. Yeah, I look at some routes and I go crazy. Pitts, real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you real quickly. It says, "How long have you been a Bills fan, years wise?" Well, I've been a Bills fan a long time. You know, when I was growing up, a lot of my family was Niners and Steeler fans. I wanted to be different.
Oh, what happened to you, bro?
Well, what happened to me? Hey, I had to be different, bro. I'm just different. I'm built different.
Built different.
And so when the Bills were winning in the 90s, when I grew up, you know, kind of understanding the game of football, you know, red, white, and blue, they're always on TV. I just decided to hop on the bandwagon. So I've been a Bills fan since the early 90s. So what is that? Shoot, that's almost
30 years.
30 years. So
old
I
ass.
love the Bills. I am rooting for the Bills. Justin's rooting for them until we play.
Yeah. We gotta get to the Super Bowl, then I'm rooting for him.
And we would love to see a Niners Bills Super Bowl. That would be the elite spot. But of course, I will always, if the Bills are, once the Bills are eliminated, I definitely like rooting for the home team, the Niners. So hopefully the Niners, you know, go far. I wish them nothing but the best of health and luck. And we'll see what happens with the Bills.
Taco Frog, what's good, dog? What's good? What's up, boys? Just want to say thank you for all your help from the season. I started listening to y'all in around week 4 with the 0-4 squad, and at the end, I have a playoff bye. Unfortunately, I lost this week, but thank you for helping me get this far. You know what? This is the advice that we love to hear, man. It's just, you know, when you can at least, even you come to relevance, you didn't win your championship, but you went from bottom tier team to, you know, holding your own and getting the bye and making yourself a threat. That's the win, bro. So congratulations to you. You didn't win, but not every team can win, bro. So good shit.
Well, I mean, you might have a chance at 3rd place, right?
Yeah.
Is that money back, Taco? Like, let me know. So, you know, a lot of leagues have 3rd place is money back. So if you still are around, go ahead and, you know, still set your lineup, still see if, you know, 3rd place is there and see what happens. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. We really appreciate you guys. Gus Bus got me to the ship with y'all's advice.
Hey,
hello.
Love it.
Oh, this is what we're talking about, man. And we apologize for not being on later on in the season as much as we were in early seasons. You know, but hey, man, life happens. This is what we do. But there it is right there. Taco. Oh, yeah. Still getting the $100. Hey,
get the win, baby.
That's right. That's what we like to see. But hey, we appreciate you guys so much. Go ahead and follow the page. Follow Justin Henry on his accounts as well. I don't know why you're not doing that if you're not. Follow my boy. But yeah, follow the gods, man.
Follow the gods, baby.
TikTok, Twitch, all of that, baby. And we will be back Sunday morning to help you guys with your last second sit and starts for championship week. Good luck to you guys, and we're out. Peace.